This is an LMC Media Community Conversation. I'm Maura Carlin. My guest is Rob Schumaker, a local resident who recently started a new business. It's called JP Outdoor Company. Rob, thank you for joining us. What's JP Outdoor Co?
Oh, well, thanks for having me. JP Outdoor Co. is an outdoor gear company focused on families. So we found that there was just a lack in the market for, there's outdoor gear companies and they didn't really make functional equipment for parenting young children. And there were parenting companies that made gear that really wasn't that durable, or sometimes the design was infantile. So, we look to kind of marry.
When you say outdoor, are you talking about outdoor sports, hiking and things like that, not just going for walks, or for both?
It's really for both. I mean, I think I'm someone that loves the outdoors, so I was always thinking hikes and, going into nature and camping and things like that. But the fact of the matter is, when you have a young kid, you're not really doing that. You're, going to the grocery store is an outing. So, it's really just for being outside.
So what kinds of products are there? I mean, is there like a camping crib?
So we're starting, we're a new brand, so we're starting small. Our first product is called the Co-Pilot. And it's a outdoor backpack that has a front side baby carrier built in. So if you think about kind of a North Face backpack marrying a Baby Bjorn front side carrier, that's what we've created.
Okay. And you've started this in the middle of the pandemic.
Yes, I kind of wish I had better timing.
But it started off as a side hustle and is now full time. Why don't you tell us about that?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, it's something I've wanted to do for a while. It's an idea we've had. And, I think there's a lot of inspiration, whether it's kind of some of the things I mentioned before. But, another part of it was we were in this pandemic. We're locked at home. There's not as much to do, and you're spending a ton of time with your kids. So for me, I wanted to start something kind of with my kids. And that was really the inspiration. So I have a 4-year-old and a 7-year-old. And I think the only person that gets more excited than me when we sell is my 7-year-old. So it's really been kind of working with him and, us kind of growing something together and just having this opportunity to do it.
Did your kids help design the product?
Oh, yeah. They help design, they help sell. I mean, it's funny. I mean, I'll be on a sales call or I'll be meeting with someone. He'll be with me. He's like, talk about the cooler, talk about this. He's like, why'd you leave that out? I'm like, okay. So
that's funny because when you said, your children, helped you start it, I assumed that you had babies, but you have older children, and obviously the Co-Pilot isn't for them.
Right. Yeah, no, it's really for child carrying ages. So it's really 6 months to about 3 years. But what you learn when you're creating something for children is it takes a long time to get something not only designed and built, but also certified, for child safety. So, there was dozens of prototypes and dozens of factory interviews and testing. So it took, the idea was actually when my younger son was really small, but it took, over 2 years to get it fully to market.
And what about doing this in the pandemic? Was it easier or harder, do you think, to start a new business?
I think it depends on the business. I mean, there's some businesses that are just really having a hard time right now. For something like a retail where you're trying to sell, it just forces you to be more creative, and or just really pick your spots. I mean, when I decided I wanted to do this full time, I had this image in my head of loading up my truck and hitting every outdoor and parenting store, on the East Coast. But that's not really efficient. And I look at the biggest store in the world, and that's Amazon. So that's really where we've been spending a lot of our time. And that's what you have to do in a pandemic because you have limited options.
Were you taking advantage of the fact that everyone wanted to be outside and going hiking or canoeing or, kayaking? I mean, really, people went outside particularly in the spring, summer, and fall.
Yeah. That's kind of the thing, it's a tough environment, but you got to find the silver linings. And that was something we've been doing and something we're using to our advantage is that people are dying to get out. So it's kind of like travel. There's pent up demand. Like as soon as it opens up, people are going to go crazy. So, we use that in our marketing and, it's been working really well.
Do you have a marketing background or product design background?
No, I have a marketing background from college, but I think most of us find that you learn your skills when you're working. So it's been a steep learning curve.
Do you have in mind any products for older children? Like what's something that your 7-year-old would like to see?
Oh, that's I mean, we've definitely given some thought to products for older children. Our focus, I think, is going to be to stay with families of younger children because once you develop that love for the outdoors, as you grow up, you don't need as much stuff. Like you're just happy being out there. And I think that's kind of one of the benefits of getting kids into the outdoors as it is. I mean, it's better than an iPad because you never need to charge it. It's just there's
Right.
always something to do. And, even with the young babies, going outside is so stimulating. It kind of it beats a lot of the alternatives. So, we really are focusing on grooming at the young ages for the love of outdoors.
So you're a Larchmont resident. Do you have any favorite spots around here for the outdoors?
Ooh, well, the leather stocking trail has definitely become our second home. I mean, that that to me is amazing. It's a quick way to get the kids to school. It's a great place to work out. Yeah, that's really where we spend most of our time.
Okay, so how can folks learn more about your products?
You can find us at our website, jpoutdoorco.com, or you can also find us on Amazon. So if you look up the JP Copilot on Amazon, it will come right up.
Okay, what's a special feature about the Copilot that is actually different from the other baby carriers?
Two things are the most unique. One, there is no front side baby carrier that's ever been built into a backpack. So that's unique. We hold the patent on that. So you don't need to carry an additional diaper bag or cooler with you. It's just one unit. Two is that we have a built-in cooler. So I don't know many backpacks that have a cooler built in, but this way you can really go out with your kid and spend all day out there because it's going to keep your milk and juices and things cold for, up to 8 hours.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us. It's great to learn about the Copilot and your company. Rob Schumaker, a Larchmont resident who had the nerve to start a business during this pandemic. Thank you for joining us. And for LMC Media, I'm Maura Carlin.
Hi, I'm Pierce.
And we're the founders of the JP Outdoor Company. Today we want to take you through some of the cool and unique features of our Copilot carrier pack. The first discrete diaper bag, baby carrier, and backpack all in one. First feature I want to tell you about is our baby carrier. If you look over here at the mannequin, you can see that our carrier clips directly into the shoulder straps of the backpack, meaning the backpack is a support system. This is hugely beneficial because now you don't need to buy a separate carrier or diaper bag, and it's nicely counterbalanced with the weight of the baby and the weight of the backpack. When the carrier is not being used, these clips simply unclip and you put it into a compartment in the backpack. The next feature is definitely one of Pierce's favorites.
If what I know, most backpacks don't have a built-in cooler that can keep food and drinks cold for 8 whole hours. Whether it's your child's or yours, it can keep it cold.
The last feature we want to tell you about is the changing station. A lot of bags are called diaper bags because they have a diaper pad included in the bag. But for us, we wanted a full, comprehensive changing station that has a pad that folds out, a built-in wipes dispenser, a compartment for the cream, and a place to keep 7 or 8 diapers. The other nice thing about this bag is that all the features are modular in design. So as your baby gets older and you don't need all of these features, you can take them out and you're just left with a really functional day pack. If you want to learn more about our product, you can go to jpoutdoorco.com or find us on Amazon by typing in JP Copilot.
Thank you.